AI, the number one benefit at the moment, I think it's still in its infancy for sure, but I think it's really best with unstructured data or if you're trying to combine and make meaningful sense of structured and unstructured data, both.
Joining me today is Mark Patterson, Head of Tax with Summit Hotel Properties. Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, you were on a panel here at REITwise focused on building a future-ready tax function. What factors should a REIT consider when automating its tax process?
You have to select the tools will be the first consideration, and the quality of your data that you have. Do you have a lot of unstructured data? Do you have structured data? And that will help drive the type of tool set that you'll want to employ. Structured data being typically data you'd see in a database, or it can be in Excel. If you think of them like Excel columns where the data in a date field, for example, it needs to be a date. It doesn't allow letters and and so forth. And the numeric fields do not allow text as well. So if you have good structured data, then you have a lot of options available to you.
And what impact will AI have on those processes?
AI, the number one benefit at the moment, I think it's still in its infancy for sure, but I think it's really best with unstructured data or if you're trying to combine and make meaningful sense of structured and unstructured data, both. So a shining example, probably a textbook example that we're starting to see has to do with, say, if you wanted to scan invoices that come from different vendors and you want to see if a sales tax was charged. They're not going to be in the same format. So AI would really be beneficial there. It can scan the invoices and for certain keywords and the proximity of the numbers to those words and come up with a good estimate of what the sales tax was.
And what are the security and control considerations?
Security, cloud security, you need the right hardware. Like, they're just now, you're starting to see the advent of laptops and PCs and so forth that have, you'll see a logo on them, they'll say Copilot plus PC. And what that means is it's got, in addition to your traditional CPU and the GPU being graphics processing unit, you have the NPU, the neural processing unit. And to get that designation, at least with Microsoft machines, it's going to have to be able to handle AI and do it separately from the other two in order, particularly if you're dealing with large models, to be able to operate efficiently. And those really have just kind of hit the scene in the last couple years, frankly. So, even a year ago, you may have been able to buy a laptop, for example, that does not have that. And so you need to have the right hardware. And then security is, where is it being processed, right? If it's truly being processed in this NPU, then you should be able to be processed locally. I mean, that's what it's designed to do. But you need to be mindful of where is the data being processed and where's that data going? Is any of it being used in a larger context, a larger model in the cloud? If you're doing that, then there's a lot of additional considerations that you have to look at, particularly if it's storing what we call PII, personally identifiable information, Social Security numbers, names, addresses. Those kind of things obviously require a lot of attention and verification.